I'm working at the hospital today and tomorrow. Glad to see the sun out, even though it's cool, but it's warmer than normal. I have quite a bit of continuing education to do for the hospital job. It's so much. That's the kind of thing I like to do with the co-working space. I was also looking at some potential certification classes that are related to the hospital job. I need to go back and look at some of the older emails I received in regards to the certifications, because the last thing I want to do is pay for a class and it not be the proper class. The schedule should be coming out relatively soon, probably next month, for the month of May through, I believe, August perhaps. I suppose I should talk about job hunting, anything around that area, W-2 jobs, 1099 jobs. The one company that I've taught for so far, the 1099 company, I have a class coming up for them. I believe it is March. The second 1099 job related to CPR training, I finally said to them, don't reach out to me anymore. I understand why the person who mentored me said, just get your own business, leave these companies alone. I can see why this person says that, because it is not lucrative. You make more money when you get your own clients. Number 3, 1099 job. I still haven't gotten a clear sense of when I would start teaching. Time has gone on, and more time has gone on. The more I start thinking, I don't know. Now I'm going to talk about this contract company. I believe that I would be working for them as W-2. This is a public health related position. I go ahead and re-say it because often I don't know what I'm going to cut out the videos. But I applied for this job through this contract company. Not very many hours a week. I think it might be 8 now that I think of it. 8 hours a week. The salary is quite good to make up for the small number of hours, I believe. I haven't heard anything else from the people that interviewed me, and it was people at a government agency that interviewed me, and they are getting staffing from a temporary agency, because this is a grant project. So I'll see what happens. What are we at now? The retail job. I have not worked there since last year, Christmas Eve. I'm clearly a seasonal employee. I'm still on staff. I still have access to the discount. Works for me. I looked over my schedule for February, and there was one week where I had 2 days of availability, and I added the availability to this program that they say that they don't really look at. I did a screenshot of it and sent it to they're called like a lead, a shift lead, something like that. It is doing the staffing. And I got back a response, thank you for the information, but I'm not able to offer you any staffing opportunities. And then I replied back like, thank you, I understand, you're back to your regular staff. Please let everyone know I said hello. And the person says, I really would like to add hours, but I just have limited hours. And I said, again, I understand. I've been looking at the news and the impact of tariffs on this particular company. And they replied back, you sound like you're spot on, something to that effect. This company, and I also mentioned the narrow profit margins, with the recently newly elected president, it's very possible, if you've been looking at any kind of news, that you may have seen some things about tariffs. And this company, this retail company that I work for during the holiday season, gets a lot of their items from places like China, some other places, but a lot of things from China. I also saw some places such as Southeast Asia with an already narrow profit margin. I was reading some information about the company, and they said that they're looking for other possible places to get their products, and that they may have to raise prices on some of the things. They also said that their target audience is largely teenagers, tweens, adults. They had this toy, I think was called a squishy toy, a marshmallow toy, a swishy toy, something like that. It was these collectibles. And I remember a dad coming up to me and asked me if we had these. I said, honestly, we have so much in here. And I said, let me look around. And I didn't see it. And by the time I found it, I was trying to catch them, and they had already headed out the door and said that they were going to go ahead and buy it online. With that said, with the holiday season being over, the popularity has dropped on this item. It's expected. I'm not surprised. I'm a seasonal employee. I'm still on the employee list. I'm just not being scheduled because they don't have enough hours. Doesn't pay a lot, but that employee discount comes in pretty handy. I've gone ahead and scheduled an appointment for my car maintenance. That's going to be the end of the week, end of this. Trying to think of what else is going on. Oh yes, last but not least, the Social Security application. I actually did a video for my main channel. I got a call from someone at Social Security Monday. I saw that number and the area code. I'm like, woo! The caseworker called and said, I have some wonderful news. The caseworker said, you have been approved for survivor benefits. Yes, I have been approved. It was an interesting journey applying for survivor benefits. And the caseworker called me and said, in paraphrasing it, you're one of the first people I am approving the benefit for this year related to the Social Security Fairness Act. Essentially, all the calculating and everything that happened during that process is pretty much doesn't matter anymore now that repeal of the government pension offset happened. I'm very thankful. When you're on survivor benefits, you're only allowed to make a certain amount of money. With that said, I'm very grateful. I'm able to have a bit of a breather and look to the future. But getting that approval is helpful. It's a relief. Right now, my family, my adult children and I, we're sharing housing right now. We're sharing the space housing, and we all contribute to the housing expenses. But eventually they're going to be leaving, and my concern was past tense, my income stream. What this survivor benefit is allowing me to do is use the survivor benefit first, since I'm still working certain W-2 jobs. I'm still having some amount of Social Security withholding. It isn't a huge amount, but it is some amount. The survivor benefit provides me with some extra income and also allows me to wait to claim my own Social Security check. And by myself waiting, that increases the amount. It's a big relief. And on my main channel, I said after everything I went through, I didn't say all the part, but after everything I went through with the toxic job and the way in which I was compelled to leave the job, I won the chess game. I'm thanking God. It's clearly some miraculous intervention, clearly to me, to apply when I applied and have the office call me and let me know, and have the caseworker sound as excited as I was. I mean, I let out a scream. I'm like, how much? Because I knew it would be something. But this is a blessing. I am looking forward to daylight saving time that's going to happen in March. Oh my goodness.